Did you know that when paleontologists first saw Jurassic Park's velociraptor, they immediately knew something was wrong? At just 1.6 feet tall, in reality, the film's 6-foot movie monster was nearly 4 times the real size. But this wasn't just a simple scaling error. It was the beginning of a franchise that would consistently prioritize spectacle over reality. From roaring T-Rexes that should have chirped like birds, to featherless raptors that never evolved. This is the story of how Hollywood's most successful dinosaur franchise slowly lost its way, choosing box office profits over prehistoric accuracy. Welcome to the scientific autopsy of Jurassic Park. The franchise began as a groundbreaking achievement in both storytelling and special effects, with Steven Spielberg's 1993 masterpiece setting a new standard for what blockbuster entertainment could look like. However, as the series evolved through 5 sequels and generated over $6 billion worldwide, something fundamental was lost. The very essence of what made these prehistoric creatures so fascinating, their true nature as real animals that once walked the earth, was gradually replaced by movie monsters designed to sell tickets rather than inspire wonder. Before we dive into the 7 crucial mistakes that transformed Jurassic Park from a thought-provoking exploration of science and ethics into a parade of prehistoric inaccuracies, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to catch all our deep dives into cinema's most fascinating franchises. Now, let's explore what really went wrong with Jurassic Park. Reason number 1. From adventure horror to generic monster movies. Let's start with the franchise's most fundamental transformation: how it lost its unique identity. The original Jurassic Park wasn't just a monster movie. It was a masterful blend of adventure and horror that put ordinary people in extraordinary situations. Remember the kitchen scene with the raptors? It worked because it combined the primal fear of being hunted with the surreal situation of being stalked by extinct predators in a modern setting. However, as the franchise progressed, this unique formula was gradually abandoned. By Jurassic World, the dinosaurs had become interchangeable with any other generic movie monster. The Indominus Rex could have been replaced with a giant mutant creature. The trained raptors could have been wolves, and the basic plot would have remained unchanged. The dinosaurs stopped being characters in their own right and became generic threats that could be swapped out with just about anything. This transformation became painfully obvious in Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, where the dinosaurs were reduced to simple plot MacGuffins in what was essentially a haunted house movie with some action sequences thrown in. By Dominion, we had chase scenes that felt more at home in a Fast and Furious movie than a Jurassic Park film. The franchise had lost what made it special, the sense that these were real creatures from Earth's past, not just random movie monsters. Reason number 2. The Escalation Problem. Remember the awe you felt when you first saw Brachiosaurus in Jurassic Park? The simple moment of a dinosaur eating from a tree created more wonder than all the hybrid monsters of the later films combined. Yet the franchise fell into the classic sequel trap, the belief that bigger always means better. In the original film, a T-Rex was enough to terrify audiences. By Jurassic World, we needed the Indominus Rex, some sort of genetic hybrid, larger and more deadly than any real dinosaur. Fallen Kingdom gave us the Indoraptor, an even more extreme creation. And Dominion introduced the Gigantosaurus, which Dr. Grant incorrectly called the largest carnivore to ever live, a claim that would make any paleontologist cringe. This constant need to top what came before led to increasingly unrealistic portrayals. Real dinosaurs were fascinating enough. They didn't need to be supersized or genetically enhanced to be impressive. By trying to make dinosaurs more awesome, the franchise actually made them less believable and, ironically, less awesome. Reason number 3. Losing the sense of wonder. The original Jurassic Park understood something crucial. Dinosaurs didn't need to be movie monsters to be amazing. Remember that first glimpse of the Brachiosaurus set to John Williams' sweeping score? Or the wonder in Dr. Grant's eyes as he watched a baby raptor hatch? These moments worked because they treated dinosaurs like real animals, not just Hollywood monsters. But as the franchise progressed, these quieter moments of discovery and wonder were replaced by increasingly bombastic action sequences. In Jurassic World, dinosaurs were theme park attractions that needed to be bigger, louder, more teeth to impress jaded audiences. The franchise became a meta-commentary of itself. Like the fictional park visitors, we too had become desensitized to the simple magic of seeing dinosaurs brought to life. What's particularly tragic is how the later films abandoned the educational aspect that made the originals so enriching. Remember how the first film taught us about pack hunting behavior, explained the connection between dinosaurs and birds, and showed us the fascinating process of paleontological digs? These elements didn't just create wonder, they inspired a generation of future paleontologists. The sequel replaced this scientific wonder with increasingly outlandish action sequences. Instead of learning about, real dinosaur behaviors, we watched them perform impossible feats. The mosasaur somehow leapt like a whale to catch a great white shark. Velociraptors communicate with complex, almost human-like intelligence. Blue, the trained raptor, shows emotional depth that would be impressive even for a primate. Reason number 4. The oversimplification of complex themes. The original Jurassic Park wasn't just a movie about dinosaurs. It was a thoughtful exploration of scientific ethics, human hubris, and the dangers of unchecked technological advancement. As Ian Malcolm famously said, "Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether they could, they didn't stop to think if they should." But as the franchise progressed, these nuanced themes were watered down into simple good versus evil narratives. In Jurassic World, complex questions about genetic engineering were reduced to hybrid dinosaurs bad. By Dominion, the series was tackling global ecological issues with all the subtlety of a charging T-Rex. The original film trusted its audience to grapple with difficult questions. Should we clone extinct species? What are the ethical limitations of genetic research? Later films replaced these thought-provoking debates with straightforward action plots. The intellectual depth that made the original films compelling was gradually eroded, leaving us with the spectacular but shallow entertainment. Reason number 5. The human element problem. One of Jurassic Park's greatest strengths was its cast of well-developed characters. Dr. Grant's journey from child-averse paleontologist to protective father figure. John Hammond's transformation from proud visionary to humbled creator. Even minor characters like Dennis Nedry had clear motivations and personality traits that made them memorable. Compare this to later entries, where characters often felt like action movie stereotypes. Owen Grady, despite Chris Pratt's charisma, never evolved beyond raptor trainer who can do everything. Claire Dearing's character arc from corporate executive to dinosaur rights activist felt forced rather than earned. Even returning characters like Dr. Wu became caricatures of their former selves. The human drama that made us care about the original film's outcome was replaced by increasingly spectacular but emotionally hollow set pieces. When we don't care about the characters, even the most impressive dinosaur encounter loses its impact. The franchise forgot that true suspense comes not from the size of your dinosaur, but from making the audience feel like they're the ones being hunted. Reason number 6. The inconsistent universe. The original Jurassic Park created a believable world with some clear rules. The dinosaurs were cloned from DNA preserved in amber, with frog DNA filling in the gaps. The park had specific security measures, and when they failed, we understood why. Even the dinosaur behaviors, while not entirely accurate, were consistent within the film's universe. But as the franchise expanded, these rules became increasingly flexible. Suddenly, raptors could be trained like dogs. The T-Rex could sneak up on people despite being enormous. By Dominion, we had dinosaurs somehow spreading across the globe in just 4 years, defying both logic, physics, and ecology. This lack of internal consistency made it harder to suspend our disbelief. When a franchise can't even follow or respect its own rules, it becomes kind of difficult for audiences to stay invested in the story. Reason number 7. The Untamable Beast. Perhaps the most telling shift in the franchise's philosophy can be seen in how it portrays human-dinosaur interactions. In the original film, these creatures were untamable forces of nature. Even the herbivores were treated with cautious respect. Remember the sick Triceratops scene? The film understands that these were wild animals, not pets or weapons. Yet, by Jurassic World, we had Chris Pratt's Owen Grady training velociraptors like they were oversized show dogs. The franchise that once warned us about the dangers of trying to control nature was now suggesting we could domesticate its most fearsome predators. This wasn't just scientifically questionable, it betrayed the core message of Michael Crichton's original story. The idea that humans could control these ancient creatures was exactly the kind of hubris the first film warned against. It's ironic that the franchise fell into the same trap as its own fictional characters, believing it could tame something that was never meant to be tamed. What could have saved the franchise? First, return to the adventure horror roots. Instead of trying to transform dinosaurs into action movie props or generic monsters, Embrace what made them unique. They're prehistoric creatures thrust into the modern world. Second, stop trying to top what came before. The franchise's obsession with making everything bigger and more extreme missed what made the original work. A single velociraptor in a dark corridor can be way more terrifying than a genetically enhanced super predator. Sometimes, less is more. Third, create new scenarios that maintain the core appeal. Instead of repeatedly returning to the same island or rehashing the same park goes wrong plot, imagine different ways humans might encounter dinosaurs. What about a research station discovering preserved specimens in the Antarctic ice, or paleontologists finding a previously unknown ecosystem in a remote location? The possibilities for fresh stories that maintain the original spirit are endless. But that's our take. What do you think? Which change in the Jurassic Park franchise bothered you the most? Was it the increasingly inaccurate dinosaurs, abandoning the original themes and messaging, or something else entirely? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. This video was made by movie fans, for movie fans.